I am no longer inspired to do videos after this one. Hello, my fabulous little Scooby-Chibby Libby-Libbies and octopus-eyes. Octopuses? Octopusi-zes? I don't know. I don't know what to call my cult members, but they are fabulous and fantastic and have done everything that I've asked for up to this point, correct? Right? Now I'm going to open all of these videos tomorrow and see no links. I hate you people. Just no. Anyways, I want to talk about this weird trend that I've seen going on Facebook groups. I talked about it in a live video, but I wanted to... That's my light, in case you're wondering, like, what is that? Because I was looking at the monitor and I'm like, oh my god, what is that? It's scaring me. That's a spirit? That's the Holy Spirit! Look, I'm touching it! I'm touching its light! I just violated it. Sticking my fist up into it. Solitary's probably making all kinds of jokes now. Lunar Wisdom has not been in my comments lately, and I'm very pissed off. Guess her life is just more important now. Anyways. What I wanted to talk about was this trend called jar magic. It's going around everywhere. It's fascinating. You know, it's a trend that is all over Facebook groups, and it's not necessarily a trend when I say this. It's also something that Lady Gravedancer talked about a lot in her videos. It's jar magic, making jars, making jar babies or jar dolls or jar... I'm pretty sure they're jar dolls, not jar babies, but jar dolls, and all of this other stuff, right? And she talked a lot about jar magic, and a lot of witches learned a lot of things. But I think what's going on, and I talked about the subject briefly in my live chat, and I said, you know, it's this double-edged sword when a trend happens, because one witch posts something, and everybody else wants to copy, and maybe the next person who copies what this witch posted is doing it because they're learning and they want to learn, right? So there's the one side of the sword. But then there's the other people who just want attention and validation, that their craft is real. And those people are disgusting. They take away from the learning experience of other people and they make it all about them. And I was never really one to do that, because I did copy a lot of what Tequila had posted, like ideas or concepts, or ideas and concepts back in the day. And I never did it from a place of gain. I did it from a place of wanting to share knowledge in a similar way that seemed to have worked for her. So I was just like, I want to try and see if this shoe fits for this particular piece of knowledge. And it did, and all that fun stuff. But where I'm going with this is that the other side of the sword is the selfish people who just want attention and want validation for the craft, because I think that's what a lot of people, that's at least used to be the case back in the day on YouTube in the witchy community, is that people would, like Cindy Lou Who, upload videos or do stuff for validation of their craft. And I'm in the camp of wanting to learn and share and maybe overshare and post things and talk about things and all of that fun stuff. But I'm not in the camp of wanting to do it for views, monetization, or just to get notoriety, right? Like, that's not fun. Yes, we do, in the case of YouTube videos, yeah, we'll sometimes use a format that another YouTuber has used because maybe that works. Right? Like, that worked for them to get views, so if I do it in a similar format, then I'll get views too, right? Like, that's the intention, but it's not really supposed to be a place of doing it for gain, if you will. So, this jar magic thing that's been going around is really weird, because it's not like honey jars or whatever, it's like sour jars. It's all over Facebook groups, it's in the hoodoo groups, it's in the witchcraft groups, it's spread like a freaking virus. Like, it's thousands of bodies at this point. Like, it's disturbing. And I don't understand the concept of trends, because I talk about witchcraft being trendy, but I talk about it in a negative sense, right? Where it's like, I want the attention, I want the validation, so I'll use modern day witchcraft, which has easy to access crystals and books and knowledge, and it's surface level, and it's plasticky, and it's garbage, and it's bullshit, and nobody wants to watch it, nobody wants to pay attention to it, except for the people who don't care to learn. I think there's this like knowledge gap today, where people are just so it's exactly what Solitary Luna once said, where it's a microwave society. People just want the quick thing now, right? Like, they don't want to learn about the old ways of doing things, and that's not bad on them. That's not the reason I get mad at them for that. It's the reason I get mad at them is solely because it's like they learn modern day witchcraft and modern day Wicca, and they don't go, even out of curiosity, anywhere beneath the surface. It's like you're walking on grass, and underneath you, all the dirt, the layers of rocks, the magma, all that fun stuff. That's where, like, all of the occult is, right? And they're just like, whatever. And you get the people who, like, plant the flower beds in the occult, and they're like, they'll dig down a little bit, and whatever, and they'll incorporate a tiny amount. So it's like a flower bed, and the rest of your grass is modern day witchcraft. And it's like, a lot of the way modern day witchcraft is presented does not allow for... Oh, I couldn't tell if I was recording or not. Crap. So now I have to pick this back up. A lot of modern day witchcraft does not teach people the basics. It doesn't teach people that, hey, there's more out there. Why don't you go looking for it? It just kind of is like, this is what Wicca is, in like one Scott Cunningham book. No, that's one version of Wicca based off of your own practice. It's not what this other person's version of Wicca is, or this other person, but what I'm trying to get at is that people will tend to just watch those types of videos where it's one thing, one person, and they take all of their knowledge from that, and they're just like, this is witchcraft. And it's like, no, there's more to it if you know where to look. Right? So, like, my first introduction was looking at Lady Gravedancer, and it's like, wow, like, at that point, my craft was mostly Wiccan based, and I went searching for new knowledge on witchcraft and what I could learn and all of that stuff, and I learned a lot from her videos, and I found other witches in a similar position as myself, where it's like, this is the type of craft that we practice, where it's, you know, down and dirty, and we don't mess around, and it's like, why is there no community built around this? And that leads me into promoting my cult, because we're building a community around it where we can share our thoughts and opinions on our craft and share our craft and watch each other's videos and not feel judged and bullied by the outside world, because we're in our own little bubble. We're over here doing our own thing, right? So let's do this. Let's create this cult. Anyways, so I hope that this video has given you something, has taught you something. It wasn't specifically about jar magic that I wanted to talk about. It was about the trend of jar magic in Facebook groups, and about the trendiness of modern day witchcraft, and the just kind of, in some cases, attention-seeking behavior it can bring out of it, but it can also bring out a sense of wanting to feel validated, and it also brings out a lot of people who don't seem to want to go too deep into their craft or anything like that, and it's just like, there's so much to witchcraft that you're missing out on. But I don't want this video to be like 80 billion freaking days long, so I'm not going to make another video, I'm sorry. I'm just going to drop all these videos on you at once. If you've made it this far in my little inspiration, then kudos. And if you haven't, well, you're dead to me. I hope that makes you feel something.